Velina mai kako, welcome to Keep It Aloha, a podcast that keeps it aloha by calling your family when you need help with something. I'm your host Kamaka, and here in Hawaii, we always rely on our ohana when we need something, and that's what I'm doing today. But before we get into everything, I gotta remind you to check out keepitaloha.com to get your favorite KIA merch, just like this right over here. You see? Hopefully you're watching the live stream and not just listening, because then you're gonna be really confused about what's going on right now. But if you can't go to the website, and if you're gonna be in Hilo this week for Merry Monarch, make sure you stop by Punahele Fish Jerky and get our new Merry Monarch design there. We will have our merch as well as some other new designs. So you can go stop by, say hi, support the pod, take pictures, talk stories. I'll be there from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on April 25th. And if you DM me letting me know how you like this episode, I might even give you a discount code. But if supporting us with money doesn't work for you, you can still consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It would mean the world to me. Let me put down this merch now. All right, let's introduce our guest. The Keep It Aloha podcast is brought to you by Lion Coffee, officially Hawaii's favorite local coffee. They've been supporting us, and now it's our time to support them, so we need your help to keep it going. Star Advertisers Hawaii Best 2025 nomination round is here, and we need your help to nominate Lion Coffee in the Best Local Coffee category once again. From March 26th through April 22nd, you can submit your printed ballots or vote online at staradvertiser.com/Hawaii's Best 2025. Vote Lion Coffee, Hawaii's best local coffee today. Mahalo for your support. Our guest today is my sister and I from the Big Island of Hawai'i. Aloha, Kanoe. Welcome to the Keep It Aloha podcast. How you doing?
Oh, Velina Miki aloha nui. My name is Kanoe. I'm Kamaka's sister, and I'm doing great today.
Wow, that was something. So just being real with everybody, we're supposed to have a guest today, but it didn't work out. Let's just leave it at that. It didn't work out. He can't be here today. So I called in my sister. She actually lives with me. So I was like, hey, you can come on the podcast. She's been asking to come on so we can have like a fun sibling episode.
I haven't been asking. Let's just clear that up. Kamaka was on his hands and knees begging me at my feet, crying like a little girl, saying, Kanoe, I need help. And that's why I'm here.
Oh, so you're saying only little girls cry?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got some fun things planned for this episode. This isn't going to be a normal episode where I ask the guests, their whole life story. We'll save that for a future episode, hopefully when my sister wins Miss Hawaii USA.
Yeah, one day.
I hope you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You ran back in 20 whatever before you joined Hawaiian Airlines, so I'm saying you got to do that if you want to come on the pod as a guest, as a true guest where I dive into your whole life story. So until you do that, then you can come on. But so we got some fun things planned for you guys, and I hope you enjoy this episode. I just want to start off with giving a little context on our history, our family. You probably see us post each other on social media all the time. We have a little banter always going back and forth. So let's just, share a little bit about our family and how we're related. We have different last names, stuff like that. You can start off.
Okay, to start off, my last name is Robinson. To clear up the questions, no, I'm not related to the Ni'ihau Robinsons. Unfortunately, it's an adoptive last name. My dad likes to say that we're related to Smokey and Jackie, but that's a different story. Anyway, yes, we have different dads. Of our five kids in our family, I'm number 4. Oh my gosh, excuse me.
She also doesn't know math.
Yeah, I'm really bad at math, you guys. Anyway, I have other strengths. I'm number 4 of 5, and Kamaka's number 2 of 5. So we have like a 7-year age difference between us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have different dads. But I don't like to say that because we're half siblings, but we're not like half a sibling, if that makes sense. Like, we all grew up in the same house. His dad has always been my uncle.
Yeah,
very healthy.
We had a really good childhood. My parents got to had me, my older brother Micah, and my younger sister Lay, and then they got divorced when I was about maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't remember, one of those times. And then they found new partners. My mom remarried my stepdad, Kanoe's dad, Kanoe Robinson, and he helped raise us. He took in 3 of us kids, me, Micah, and Lay. My mom had Kanoe, and then they had Ku, our youngest brother. He also lives on Oahu. So we have 5. And then I have a stepsister with my dad and stepmom who are also really great. And our parents did a really wonderful job at, putting the kids first. I can't imagine it was easy, but, they made it easy for us. Mm-hmm. By, not being all drama and whatever. So we grew up thinking like, oh, step parents are awesome. We would watch TV and movies, and they got that evil step parent kind of narrative that they put out there, but we never understood that because we always had a good relationship with our step parents, or I guess my step parents, and half siblings, step siblings, whatever it is. We're all really close, so we just consider each other regular siblings. That's why we just say, oh, it's my sister, my brother, mm-hmm. stuff like that. So that's kind of our background. We grew up, though, our whole lives together. We lived in the same house our whole lives together until I moved. I guess that's the kind of background.
We were really lucky. I'll even say, like, on weekends when the 3 older ones had to go to their dad's house, I was always really confused. I was always like, where are they going?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. I remember because it was just me and our little brother, Ku. A lot of the times, like, on the weekends, or if we would go to certain family events, I'm like, where's the 3 older ones?
Yeah, I guess because of the age gap too. We were like already like in middle school, high school, and they were just like getting into like mm-hmm. elementary or preschool and stuff. But the thing I remember most from our childhood is that we always had to do chores, and you guys didn't have to do any chores all the time. So you guys didn't learn any work ethic. You guys were so spoiled.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. No work ethic.
I remember Mima would always make me, our grandma, from our stepdad's mom, she would always make me and our other siblings do all the chores when they were already like of age to, do simple things like, I don't know, vacuum. Like, I remember I'd be so mad growing up as like a teenager. I was like, why do I have to do everything? And Kanoe and Ku are just playing and doing nothing.
That's crazy because I don't remember any of this. So that's not my fault.
Yeah, you don't remember doing chores because you never did chores.
I don't remember. Well, it's not my fault. If no one asked me to do it, then
yeah, because they always asked us. We couldn't go to like play with our friends. We couldn't even go to like our sports events unless we like would do our chores. Like some of my friends would have to come over and help me finish chores before we I was even able
Mom
to leave.
Mom literally said, "Mai ho'o hila ya'u." That's crazy.
No, I'm just sharing. That's our relationship. With the older siblings and the younger siblings with the age gap.
I will say, like, when you guys left the house and it was like me and Ku left, that was me. I was in that role of like doing chores.
Lay was still there too.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes. I don't know where she was.
Oh, yeah. Micah and I were the older male siblings, so we had majority bulk work of the chores and stuff. But
I'm like the family court jester. Like, they shouldn't have expected me to do a whole lot of labor because I was there for the vibes, you guys.
Yeah,
like,
but I would say our parents did a great job at like making us be together. Like we had family dinner every single night. At the table, we had to take turns like doing dishes. Like, one day was somebody else's turn. Even if you made no dishes, that was your turn.
And that would make me so angry. Even now when I come home, if I'm home for like a layover, 24 hours, there's dishes in the sink. Can you do the dishes? I'm like, not one of those dishes is mine, but okay, fine.
Wait, at home right now?
Yeah.
You don't ever do it. She leaves her dishes in the sink.
That's crazy.
And goes on a trip.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go head out.
Yeah, welcome to our TED Talk.
Yeah, welcome to Kamaka grilling the hell out of me right now for no reason. I'm here doing him a favor, and suddenly I'm feeling really unsafe right now.
Yeah. Kanoe got to do more chores. She lives with me now. And she has the best setup in all of Oahu.
I do, but to be fair, I'm never home. I work. I'm home like a few times a month.
Because when she's home, she has her lash appointment, her whatever appointment, appointment, hair appointment.
I'm busy. Like I work 2 jobs, and both of those jobs require my appearance to be on point. So I have to invest in myself. Okay.
My appearance has to be on point, but I don't invest in myself.
We can tell.
Every time I cut my hair, my barber puts like pomade or whatever into my hair to make it look nice, and then I just never do that after he does that.
Yeah, we know. You look like a chia pet.
That's what Mom always called me. But anyway, so now you guys can kind of see the dynamic we have here. We do love each other. And we are really close. I would say between our siblings, we're probably like one of the closer ones and more similar in regards to like being creatives, being probably the funniest in our family, stuff like that. Being the two models of the family, me being one, Kanoe being second.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I would say it's actually not too bad living with her, and she's done a lot of cool things that I'm proud of. When I was in Madagascar, she studied abroad in Africa, and she came over to Madagascar to visit me for a little bit. So she kind of, went in my footsteps. I did like a fun thing where I came back early from Peace Corps, surprised her in her class at Azusa Pacific.
And Hoda talked about us on Good Morning America.
Yeah, I went viral.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's to show I do love my little siblings, and I'm really proud of her. But she shouldn't be leaving dishes in the sink before she leaves on flight. But anyways,
I have a condition. Okay. It's a medical problem.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last thing this is the last stray you'll catch. And Kanoe is notorious in our family for leaving dishes in the sink. The common joke in our family a couple years ago, she left a single spoon at my brother and sister-in-law's house in Hilo, and she left. And they said, Kanoe, why didn't you wash it? She said, I was soaking it.
Okay, that is...
Explain yourself.
This is false. I need to get a lie detector on that. I did not say I was soaking it. I just forgot to do it, and I think the joke was that I was soaking it.
Okay.
But I didn't actually... I'm smarter than that, you guys. I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Okay, that's the last one. Okay, just to build rapport now and show that we actually love each other and that we're close. I want to do the game where you have to think of a word and you have to try to say it at the same time. I don't know if people have seen that. It's kind of a thing that people are doing.
Like a twinpathy type of thing.
Yeah, like we both say words and we got to get closer to the word. So let's see how many people, I don't know the name, but let's see how many tries we can take to think of the same one. And this is unscripted, so obviously you guys can tell once we start.
Okay.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and then we say something?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
It's 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, and say.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
shoulder.
Podcast and shoulder. Oh. Okay, I mean, I think maybe. Okay, we'll get this. Okay. 3, 2, 1, Kamaka. All right, we're actually really good. Yeah, Kanoe and I, we're pretty good working together, as you can see. Okay, let's try again because that was too easy. Okay, let's see. 3, 2, 1, Kolea.
Elbow.
Kolea. Oh, this is a little harder. Kolea and elbow. Kolea and elbow.
I think we just have to try another one.
Okay, no, you just gotta just go off that.
Okay, wait.
Okay, Kolea and elbow. Okay, I'm just gonna try to. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, sports.
Oh.
Sports and birds.
Okay.
Sports and birds.
I have one.
Okay, I mean, okay. 3, 2, 1, Cardinals.
Eagles.
Oh, that's not true. I figured Cardinals because you always fly to Arizona and you'd know Arizona Cardinals.
No, never. Didn't you know what is that? Baseball?
Yeah. That's football, but that's actually pretty good that you got Eagle and I said Cardinals.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So we said Kolea and elbow.
Well, you don't have to keep going, right? Isn't it just kind of?
Well, I don't want to say the same word that we said.
Okay, so we said Kolea and elbow.
Then you said what?
I said bird, and you said sports.
Sports. Okay, and then you said Eagle and Cardinals.
Okay, I have one.
Okay, I'm just gonna try it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, mascot.
NFL.
Okay, mascot, NFL.
Oh, that's a lot. I have one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, team.
Lions.
What, you just said naming animal. Team and lions. Okay. Team Lion.
But I actually don't know.
Lion. Oh,
I don't
come
know.
On. Team Lion.
What?
Team and Lion.
I don't know what.
Well, at least you were thinking the same thing.
What state is that?
Come on.
I have to. Oh my gosh, who is the Lions? Aren't they blue? Isn't their team
Yes.
color blue?
I can't give you hints. Okay,
Oh,
let's just try
God.
something, okay? Ready?
Wait, let me think of a state that it could be. Goodness. Oh, I do not. Sports.
Team and lion.
I don't even know what state that could be.
Okay.
Okay, I know this is wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1, New
Michigan.
England.
Okay, it's Detroit Lions.
Oh, Detroit.
Michigan, Detroit.
I know that Patriots is New England. I
Yes.
just didn't have another state.
Then why would you say that?
Because I wasn't going to say Michigan.
Okay, Michigan and
New England.
New England.
I have one. But
Okay. Michigan and New England. Okay, let's just see if you get this one. Ready?
3, 2.
Oh, wait. This is actually perfect. If you get this answer, I will give you so much props.
Okay, wait. Oh, wait. That was a lot of pressure.
Michigan, you said Michigan.
And New England.
New England. Okay. The sports team, Patriots, right?
Okay. Patriots.
Okay, think about that.
Okay.
Okay, ready? If you get this, that'll be awesome.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Tom Brady.
Do you know why?
No.
Because he played college for Michigan.
Oh, guys, I'm sports. Woohoo!
So Tom Brady played college for Michigan, and then he played professional for the Patriots.
I know Tom Brady is part of the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not
Okay,
anymore.
I don't have to pay rent next month.
That's not
Yay.
true.
Woohoo!
No, your bank
Woohoo,
account is more than mine after tax season, so
$3.99.
that's not true. All right, well, that was a fun game. If you guys want to try that out, try that with some friends. I tried some with like 5 people once. It was so hard. But yeah, doing it with 2 people, if you're on a car ride, if you're just trying to kill time, it's a fun thing to do.
If you're drinking your Kalea hot water.
If you're drinking your Kanoe sparkling hot
or
water.
your Lion's coffee.
Yeah, then you can play the game. Okay.
Not sponsored.
Did you have a game too, or should we just go into the social media questions? Because we have a lot.
Let's go to social media.
All right, let's go to the social media questions. All right. And I'm using my iPad cover so you guys can see my little anime stickers. I usually have it off of it so you can see the Keep It Aloha stuff. But this is a fun episode.
He makes like he watches anime.
Kanoe, you live with us. You know what's...
No, he's faking.
I was literally watching Yu-Gi-Oh! The other day.
That doesn't count. It's in English.
All right, let's get into the social media fan questions, okay? First question comes from Leali'i KD, which is my younger sister, Kanoe's older sister. She says, who's her favorite sister?
Oh, this is a really hard one. I would have to say my favorite sister is my sister Lei.
Wow. Out of all the sisters.
Well, I was going to say Ku, but he doesn't need to catch a stray today. So of all of my sisters, which is 1, my favorite is Lei.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Also, I kind of have 2 sisters, actually. My sister-in-law and my sister. Yeah. And my answer's still
and they're
Lei.
both named Lei.
That's it. My answer is Lei.
Yeah, so we have 2 Leis in the family. Leali'i, our sister, and then Lei Ha'aheo, which is our sister-in-law, our brother's wife, sorry.
And their last names are the same, so they're both Lei Diaz.
Yeah, it's confusing.
And to top it off, you guys, I'm named after my uncle.
Kanoe.
So there are 2 Kanoelehua Robinsons in our family on my dad's side. And my cousin is named after my dad. So there's 2 Kaloa Robinsons. My brother's name is Micah, and my first cousin's name is Micah.
Spelled differently.
Yes, but I mean, it's not like you're spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of confusion.
Yeah, it's a crazy coincidence. Okay, next question. She says, who's her favorite niece or nephew? And we have like, I have like 9, I think, because I have my stepsister's 3 kids. So you have.
Oh, I have an answer.
5.
My favorite.
Kani,
Drew, Pili.
Laiku,
Noah. No, or Laiku, Pili, Noah. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 8.
My favorite is Noah because he doesn't talk back to me and he listens because he doesn't talk and he's just a little baby.
He's what, 3-4 months old?
I think he's 4 months old. But my favorite niece or nephew is the one that listens to me.
Yeah. I can't say which one is my favorite, but I can say I'm all of their favorite uncle. So
actually, that's crazy.
On to the next question.
I'm like all of their favorite auntie. So.
Yeah, we'll see. My thing is that I pay no attention to my nieces and nephews when I'm gone. And I don't give them gifts or anything until they're 8 years old. And then once they're 8 years old, I swoop in and become the favorite uncle, buying them whatever they like.
I would like to say that everything I do now in my career, whether it's being a Hawaiian Airlines flight attendant or being a model, I just know that one day those kids will grow up and see pictures of me, and that's it. They'll know Auntie did all this for you.
Yeah, once they're in like high school and they're like, wow, your uncle is a Keep It Aloha guy, they'll choose me over Kanoe all the time.
That's, yeah, okay. We'll just end it at that.
Okay, next question comes from Nalu_Iwata. He says, favorite childhood memory.
I have one immediately.
What?
My favorite childhood memory is one night we were eating dinner together at the park, at Lili'uokalani Park. It was me, Kamaka, my sister Lei, our little brother Ku, and my parents. Yeah. And I don't know what it was that night, but I think Ku tried to pants Kamaka at the park. Like, we were all having fun. And then my sister Lei ends up pantsing Ku and steals his shorts. So there's this little boy running in his bibbities around Lili'uokalani Park. And I have it all on video, you guys. I have
so funny.
I had an iPod Nano that would it had the camera on it. And that was like genuinely one of the funniest. I mean, funny for us.
Yeah,
Ku ended up crying, throwing a tantrum.
Sibling bullying, it's a little fun bullying. Never hurt anybody, all right? It's just back in the days. This is what we did as siblings, all right? We also had a really fun time playing Wii, playing stuff at home, watching
TV. We would play video games together, like specifically Rock Band, but my older siblings wouldn't let me use any of the instruments, so I either had to sing or I would have to use the foot pedal on the drums.
Somebody did the drums. Yeah, I remember that.
Because they wouldn't let me play the drums, so I had to use the damn foot pedal, you guys.
But at least, your karaoke skills were honed.
That's true. I am Filipino. So.
Yes.
What is yours?
I would say a favorite childhood memory together would be playing getting a Wii for Christmas or something, playing that with the whole family. Or just watching TV shows like Heroes, Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. America's Best Dance Crew. Those things you don't really do these days. It's so rare for families to just gather around the TV now and watch a show together because everything's recorded on streams and stuff. So we would have to wait every week, and you had to be in front of the TV at 6 p.m. or you would miss it, and you couldn't watch it again. So
it was Chuck at 7, Heroes at 8.
Yeah. So I loved all of that, and family dinners. Our stepdad would go around and we'd have to tell a joke or something. He would always ask us questions. So it was really fun, and I don't think that dining table is just storage now. It's just stuff. I don't think that dining table has ever been used in years.
We're all too big for it now, too.
Yeah. Okay, and then he says, who got in trouble the most? Out of us? I don't know. I didn't really get in trouble. I got in trouble in school just for insubordination, but I would say probably Micah, our older brother.
Yeah.
He was kind of the trouble kid.
He was the guinea pig for sure.
Yeah. So he got in the most trouble. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then who's the favorite child? Probably
me.
Okay. Next question comes from I_show_you_kex. This person says, Kanoe, do you think Kamaka has the potential to become a flight attendant?
I'll say back when I was in high school still, everyone tried to get Kamaka to be a flight attendant because everyone wanted the flight benefits. Yeah, and my sister-in-law was a flight attendant. Does Kamaka have what it takes? I don't know, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how to answer that question. I want to say yes, but I don't want to gas him up by any means. So we'll just.
I would be a great flight attendant and very personable. I would interact great with the staff and with the passengers. But I specifically did not want to be a flight attendant after finishing the Peace Corps. Going into the Peace Corps, I was kind of playing around with the idea, maybe do the Peace Corps, be a flight attendant, work at the movie theaters. I get free movies, free flights, live a great life like that. But then when we were coming to the end, because everybody would always pressure me to be a flight attendant, because Leia was a flight attendant, and everybody wanted free flights. Michael would be like, come on, and our parents can get free flights, And then, I got some advice. I shared this on a couple episodes ago too. Somebody said, why travel for work when your work can take you traveling? So that stuck with me, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to be a flight attendant. I can do other things. So what I did was I, got a tattoo right before I left Peace Corps, and I got it in a very visible spot right on my left forearm, to like solidify that I will not be a flight attendant because Hawaiian Airlines doesn't allow tattoos.
Well, now they do.
Well, I'm still not going to do it. But I am working with Hawaiian in other ways, so it's cool. I get to travel,
Full
and
circle.
Hawaiian's a great partner with the Keep It Low podcast. So super cool that they do that, and so I do get to go on the planes now. Just
I
not
think
as a flight attendant.
service-wise, you'd be great, but I can't imagine you like arming a door or like helping out in a medical situation,
Yeah, I'd be
or
great.
just being serious. I just don't.
Hey, I lock in when I need to. I'm an athlete.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next question comes from HBSS_2020. Shout out. I think it's his Hugo. It's one of my longest followers, always commenting and responding to my stories. Shout out to you. He says age difference, which is 7. And he said, did you guys fight growing up? Was Kamaka a protective older brother? Best memory you have of each other?
Oh, that's a nice question. Yeah, I think 7 years, but technically like 6. It's just because you're born at the beginning of the year and I'm born at the end of the year. So I always just add a
6
year.
and a half.
So age difference. What was the other question?
Did you guys fight growing up?
Oh, we wouldn't fight. Kamaka was always like just an older brother. Like I don't remember us ever getting into arguments. It was.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I left when you just got to like high school too. So like you were just a little kid.
I actually have a picture from when Kamaka left the first time to Kaiser. I think I was like, wait, you were a senior when you left?
I was a senior when I left too.
So that was 2010?
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade. So I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, so I forgot. Yeah, that's why you guys grew up a lot without us, because I left my senior year. Then I stayed on Oahu, and then I left to Peace Corps. So I missed like that whole time.
Yeah, right. So I was like a lot younger. There was nothing we really could argue about because I was just learning how to
argue
count.
With a 6-year-old, like, whatever it is.
Oh, okay, you win. But aside from that, like Kamaka and I have always had a good relationship because Kamaka always like included me into things. Like even when I was in high school, like, you know how as an older sibling, you kind of don't want to hang out with your younger sibling because that's lame or whatever. But I remember Kamaka always invited me to hang out with his friends, or like, oh, we're going to the waterfall. Like, if you want to come, you can bring Megan, my best friend. Also, it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Megan. Today's the 18th.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Anyway, yeah. I never felt like Kamaka was always trying to be my friend and not my sibling, which I think was really healthy, and that's why we still get along really good to this day.
Yeah. And was Kamaka a protective older brother? Not really. I mean, like, she was 6th grade.
He didn't have anything to really protect me from.
Like, I mean, I'd always joke, to this day, like, you can't have a boyfriend until you're married, stuff like that, or just the usual older brother kind of thing, but it's mainly just joking. I mean, we didn't fight growing up. We fight more as adults, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now we have things to fight about.
Yeah.
Especially as roommates. And then best memory you have of each other. Mine, I would say, is when you came visited Madagascar when you studying abroad in South Africa. I knew as soon as you're studying abroad in South Africa, we're going to do whatever we could to get you to Madagascar because it was so close. So we both didn't have a lot of money back then, but I think
Micah helped.
Micah
Thanks,
helped.
Micah.
I think I used whatever little bit I had to contribute a little bit. So we got you there, and that was cool because it was like many years since we actually like seen each other. I mean, during my high school and college time on Oahu, I'd fly back home and whatever, and summers, stuff like that. But from 2016 to 2019, I didn't see my family at all. So it was cool that Kanoe came to visit. And when I left, you were a sophomore
I was
in high
a
school?
junior.
About to go to your junior year.
I was about to go into my senior year.
No, junior.
Wait,
But you were graduating high school.
You left in 2016?
Yeah.
In the summer?
Yeah, June.
Yeah, so I was going into my senior year.
Oh, you're going into your senior year? Yeah, because I made that video. Mm-hmm. She's going into her senior year, so I missed her graduation. And then I missed her first couple years of college, first year or two of college.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in college when
I came back.
Yes.
Yeah. And so she came to study abroad, and it was cool. I remember still going. We went all around. She came to my side. I got to show you around. But we went to Ansira Bay, that one place, and we went to that Greek pizza place.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was the first time we were like really chatting as adults. And you've always been my little sister, but it was cool to just see you as a friend, as an adult, because I never really got to know you as an adult. Because I still see you and Ku as these little kids that I would scare and do like the parcel tongue Harry Potter voice to freak you guys out, just so you guys would come running to me and hug me. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but.
And I don't know why I thought that was so scary.
Yeah. And then
imagine like
it's okay.
Imagine like it's dark and Kamaka just goes, and me and my little brother are like, what the hell is going on? I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll do that. I was a troublemaker for sure in our family.
He still is.
But yeah, I remember that we were getting pizza. You just catching me up on your life, high school, boys and everything. So I think that was like cool too. That was one of my favorite memories we had together as just of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like definitely Madagascar. Like the road trips were really fun. Like we would all just sing Disney songs. There was a time. Oh, we would like. This is when Game of Thrones was in its last season, and I don't know how, but Kamaka had it on his computer, and he had Wi-Fi or a hotspot or something. So we would like religiously watch it that week, or like, yeah. I don't know.
I forget how I got it.
But we were watching Game of Thrones, so that was actually one of my favorite. I don't know, watching Game of Thrones was fun.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch like those big shows or finales with people.
But it was a disappointment in the end.
Yes,
unfortunately.
We don't talk about it. Okay, next question comes from Kiki Zooms. This person says, "How do you guys like to annoy each other?"
Oh my God.
This episode now.
Okay, let's talk about what. Okay, so what you do that irritates me is if I'm on the phone with my friends or if I'm like talking, he always has to like, I don't know. Kamaka is just like annoying. He's just a brother.
This is how we show we love each other, this thing.
He'll just like jump in. Like if I'm after a long inner island day working 10 hours up and down, I come home, he starts blasting music in my room or starts knocking on the door. Oh no, I know what it is. It's that he only ever calls me when I'm working, like when I'm on the plane. And recently he called me. It's like blowing up my phone. And I'm like, I can't call. I'm working. And he goes, go to the side. What do you mean go to the side?
You answer my call now so you can answer my call.
I'm on the plane. I can't answer a phone call on the plane.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he has my location. So he can see where I am.
Well, now I started checking the location, but I didn't know before that.
It's just like, if you can see where I'm at, why?
But also, your location last shows at a terminal. So I don't know if you're going to work or if you're coming back from work.
That's why you text.
But I also text you like, hey, did you get back? Do you want food? Do you want dinner? So.
Well, yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, see? Or, yeah. But, yeah, I like to, we have this thing online where we're always just like taking little jabs at each other. Who's like, the better model or just like really silly things. And like my favorite is when we keep resharing it and it keeps like getting longer and smaller. Yeah, I like those things. That's my favorite way to annoy. My favorite way to annoy Kanoe is just like literally just anything.
Just being a menace.
Dude, it's so fun.
It's
so fun. Just grilling her. Yeah, catching this like when somebody like I go on Hawaiian Airlines, we're like, oh, you're Kanoe's brother. I'm like, oh, sorry. Just like, oh, you have to work with her.
No, it's crazy.
I feel so bad for you.
I'm like, the door is still open. Get him off the plane, you guys.
Yeah. So that's our relationship. Okay. And then same person says, do you think you will ever move back home to Hilo in the future?
You go first.
No. My best friends are in Hilo. Most of our family is in Hilo. I love Hilo, but I love it as like this safe haven where I could like escape the concrete jungle and chill out for a couple of days, go back for Mary Monarch, stuff like that. I love living on Oahu. There's so much to do. All my work is here. A lot more opportunities here. So I like living here and I like going back to Hilo to visit. Also, we have a huge family. There's so many family obligations. Like even when they come here, it's like it's already like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you watch this person? Can you grab this? So in Hilo, it would be like that throughout the week, and I just would never get things done, even though I love my family so much. But it would be like, can you pick up this person? Can you drop off this person? Can you do this? Family dinner here, family dinner there. So it would just be too much, and I wouldn't be able to get anything done.
For me, it's similar. I think when I was living in Mililani for the first 2 years that I was living on Oahu, I was so dead set on being back in Hilo. And that has to do with the fact that I would only ever really stay on that side of the island. Like, I wouldn't really leave Mililani because everything I needed was there. And I didn't like going into town because my whole day would have to revolve around traffic. But I will say now that I've been living in town, like in the heart of town, I'm having so much fun. It's just, exactly, everything is here. Like, all my friends live in town. I always have something to do. Like, the beach is really close. I can go down Kaimuki and just get my little matcha, my little hot girl walk. And that's just something I enjoy. And so now at 25, I kind of feel less of an urge to go back to Hilo. And it also has to do with the same thing. Like, Hilo is always there. And I like that Hilo is kind of like my vacation now, where I can really just decompress and just spend time with family and be intentional with my time in Hilo. I think I do want to move back in the future. Like, I want to settle down there. I want to raise my kids in Hilo because I loved that I lived in Hilo and I grew up in Hilo. I'm forever a Hilo girl. And I carry Hilo with a lot of pride.
Shout out to Lex Breezy, another Hilo girl. Get off her back. Stop the TikTok drama. Lex Breezy stands for life.
Lex,
we got you, Lexi.
At the end of the day, I'm so proud of you that a Hilo girl did it. Hilo girl has 4 stores.
Yep.
And I don't know, I just love to see a Hilo girl win. So
yeah, we love Lex Breezy. She's awesome. One of the inspirations as women, femalepreneurs from Hilo. Her and her Ohana too, great people.
Auntie Regina.
Yeah, so yeah, stop with this TikTok drama. Stop hating on people online. You can get successful, but not too successful. It's like, it's crazy. Support each other. Like, the local businesses charge too much. Yeah, because we gotta pay 4-point-something% for GET tax. Small businesses are hard to run over here. So if a local business is charging $80 to $100 for a product, pay for it. If not, go buy something else. Go to the swap meet.
It's okay not to buy something. It's okay if you don't support a certain business. It's okay if you don't want to spend your hard-earned money at a certain business. But this community is small, and I think that a lot of us in this community need to support each other in one way or another, because at the end of the day, Hawaii is a small community. Me reiterating myself. I think it's important that it's not us that are attacking each other, because then you're letting the foreigners win. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to hold each other accountable by all means, but you need to find that line where it's just becoming hateful and where your voice actually brings value into the conversation. I do think that certain businesses do need to be held accountable, but yeah, at the end of the day, like, I think we should give each other a lot more grace in these situations. I mean, we both know Lex personally, so I know that she's always supported me. She's done a lot for me, and I see what she does for her workers. She takes them on vacation. She has scholarships. Mm-hmm. She refunds a lot of orders. So I don't think it's fair to put all of this pressure on certain businesses. Crabs in a bucket. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. If you can't afford something, then either make more money or don't buy it. That's all I got to say.
It's okay to not buy something.
I don't buy
sure.
anything. I support everybody.
I love to shop.
Yeah. All of our favorite Sig Zane shirts are expensive. Kahula Le'a, Manaola,
Yes.
Lexby. So some of these local businesses, it's expensive for a reason, because they put a lot of work into making it. Mm-hmm. It's a thought out design. There's mana'o to it. So, if you're not about that, then they'll do it. But don't hate on them just because you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents. And again, we stand with Lex Breezy. All right.
I just stand with Hawaiians, who are entrepreneurs that want to do things for Hawaiians. Lex is Lex is a Hilo girl.
That's so inspiring. That's so inspiring.
Yes, and I love that she is just this hustler. She has that hustler mentality. I don't
Yeah,
know.
watching her come up is awesome.
Yeah.
And also just Hilo girls. I support Hawaii people, but I especially support Hilo people.
I support Hilo girls' rights and wrongs. I'm just kidding.
And I support BJ Penn's rights and wrongs.
Oh my gosh.
He's a Hilo boy.
Okay, wait.
He's a Hilo boy.
Hold on.
Well, you can support the girls' rights and wrongs. I can't support BJ Penn rights and wrongs.
There's a lot more to that conversation. Change the subject now. Hurry. Hurry.
All right. Next question comes from Avadada. He says, Kamaka, did you ever not like one of Kanoe's boyfriends? No. Kanoe never really had many Our whole family, we're not like a relationship people. Like, nobody really had relationships or in high school growing up. Not me. No, not me. I didn't start dating until like I was in college.
We had this conversation last night.
Yeah, but I didn't start dating people till I was in college.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I never really. Yeah, Kanoe never had any like bad boyfriends.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
there's not really much to say with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, all right. And then he says, Kanoe, for real kind, how proud of Kamaka are you?
Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been great to be here. We're gonna wrap it up now. I'm just kidding. It is really cool to have a brother who has a platform. I will say, like, it's also really scary to have a brother who has a platform because I've witnessed a lot of the cancellations and the hateful comments that Kamaka gets.
It's been like 365 days without no hate, though.
Yeah,
it's
honestly.
been a long time.
Well, I mean, after this episode, it's probably going to come back.
It's going to start back up.
Yeah. Karma. But anyway, there was like a point in time, I'm sure you viewers remember, when Kamaka was catching a lot of heat, and it happened like a lot within a month. I think the Hawaii audience can turn really, really quick. I think that any audience, but of course, Hawaii audience is a lot more polarizing. And I would see like even some of my friends or mutual follows would post stuff about Kamaka, and that sucked, because in my mind, like, oh, if you don't like my brother, then you don't like me. Or if you're talking about my family, then that's a direct reflection of how you feel about me, because my identity is for sure in my family. So proud, of course. Like, I think it's really cool that a Hilo boy was able to create something that, I mean, I didn't even think he could do. The fact that he paid off $53,000 worth of student debt in a year is crazy. Not even a year, 11 months. Mm-hmm. That's pretty awesome. The fact that he was the first in our family to really leave, and he inspired me to leave. Thank God, because if not, I wouldn't have... I mean, I think I would have left Hawaii at some point, but it pushed me further to move to South Africa for 3 months. And then on from there, travel throughout Europe and then go to Madagascar. And now I'm a flight attendant where the world is my oyster and I can just travel everywhere. So I've always had Kamaka as a role model in that way. But yeah, long story short, when you guys comment hate on my brother's podcast, however you feel about it, we see it, like the whole family sees it. And we know Kamaka, we know where his heart is. And we come from a place of context where Kamaka's not a bad person. Sometimes he gets into heat for things that he says, but I think it's unfair to hold someone to a standard that they can't change opinions or they can't grow from certain things or even learn. So just take it easy, guys. If you don't like something, you know what I do when I don't like something? I do this.
Wow, that's amazing. You
I
just
lock
don't
my
look
phone.
at it. Wow.
Or I block.
Yeah.
It's fine. Please block Kamaka. If I could do it, I would. It's a really healthy thing to block people online. I think we need to bring that back.
Yeah, I love blocking
My friend
people
Kahua made a TikTok about that, and I was like, exactly. Like, blocking people is so healthy.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. And that being said, I'm not Hawaiian, guys.
Yeah. Actually, Kamaka, we're siblings, but he's not Hawaiian at all.
Yeah.
And he's also 5'2". He just wears really high heels when you see him in pictures or in public. So
Yeah. I'm not Hawaiian, but my sister went to Kamehameha.
Yeah, we're different kinds of Hawaiian.
Yeah. Well, I went to a real Hawaiian school.
Okay, I did too.
She went to Kamehameha. I went to an actual Hawaiian school.
I went to Kanoe Kamaka.
She's the only one in our family that didn't do Hawaiian immersion basically throughout the whole thing.
Actually, I want to say, like, whenever people find out I can speak Hawaiian, they go, "Oh, you went to Kamehameha." And I go, "Yeah, but that's not where I learned how to speak Hawaiian." I think people think that people hold Kamehameha schools to this standard of ultimate Hawaiianness in Hawaii, but I think people who go to Kamehameha, like at least for me, when I came out of it, I realized that Kamehameha was more of a Christian school than it was a Hawaiian
based
school.
Off Christian,
yeah.
like, foundation.
Don't get me wrong. I loved that I went to Kamehameha. I'm so proud to be an alumni. I'm also really proud to be a Ka'o alum. Not really alumni because I didn't graduate from there, but I hold that place to a big special place in my heart. Yeah.
Yeah. Aka mako ohana o Kanoe Kamaka aloha maka o Hawaii.
You mumble. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I just couldn't hear what you said. That's what I heard.
I say that of our whole family, Kanoe is the worst one at Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, because I stopped learning at 5th grade. It wasn't my fault that I got pulled out of school to go to a private school.
Kanoe salad, again, we just like to hate that she went to Kamehameha.
Yeah, but I mean, so did our grandpa and so did my mom.
Yes, exactly. So that's why Kanoe went, because my mom wanted one kid in Kamehameha.
That was my grandpa's like dying wish, was that one of his grandkids. He has many.
Yeah, he graduated in the 40s, one of the first classes of Kamehameha.
Actually, our great grandma was in the first class of Kamehameha.
Oh, okay.
But I had to carry the legacy.
Yeah,
I had to. One of us had
Kamehameha
to.
is a great school.
It is.
I think for this podcast, the most represented graduates are Kamehameha graduates.
Ray,
All right, next question. Keatulani says, "Mai ho'ohila hila ya'u."
Oh, see, I said that earlier. That's our mom.
That's our mom. She said, "Don't embarrass me." Sorry, Mom.
Uh-oh.
It's already too late.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Mom, don't worry. I did you well. Kamaka, I
We
can't
love
say.
you, Mom.
I love my mom.
No, people go up to Mom all the time and say, "Oh my gosh, your son, I love him. His podcast is so awesome."
No, she literally, I have a text in my phone that says, actually, people ask me more about Kanoe.
Yeah, she says that to you to make you feel good.
She wrote it in the family group chat.
She literally tells me, "Kamaka, you're my favorite child."
She literally told me, I feel so bad that Kamaka, I'm lying to him. Like, I've lied to him all his life. She literally told me, "Kamaka, don't listen to anything Kanoe says because you are my favorite child." I'll say it right here on the podcast.
She said, if you were a girl,
Kamaka,
you'd still be my favorite daughter.
Kamaka, you're adopted.
Yeah, right.
I'm so sorry that you had to find out this way.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm not Hawaiian.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's not.
Okay, love.tk says, "How's it going now that she lives with you?" Haha. Oh, me. Oh. It's okay, but I just have to be more strict on like boundaries because she's not home all the time and she pays very little rent because I'm a great older brother. Because she moved in after she went through a breakup last year and she just needed a place to stay. And then she never left.
Yeah, thank God. I love my apartment.
She loves it.
My house.
We had an extra room. It's fully furnished. We pay the utilities. We got an extra parking space for her, which getting an extra parking space, 3, because I have one for my girlfriend too. That is super hard to get. So we have 3 parking spaces at our condo. It was meant to
be.
She doesn't pay. I got a storage unit, which is like basically all her stuff, which I pay for. So she is living the life. So is my girlfriend. She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean.
I pay for things.
I made her pay for something when we were in Kaimuki the other day. So that was cool. The dryer balls.
Yeah, don't say I didn't bring nothing to the table.
Yeah. So she just has I have to, like, yesterday I told her, like, can you clean the microwave, So I'm working on, like, being more vocal at, like, giving her chores. Mom actually did tell me that. Mom said that. She said, make sure you give Kanoe things to do.
I want to say, I mean, Kamaka's making it seem like I'm really, really lazy, which I can be. But if you don't tell me things, like, if I'm not home enough, I just won't think of it,
Yeah, well, that's why I'm working on, like, giving you responsibility and kuleana, which I got to do, because then if not, I'm going to build resentment and be like, well, Kanoe, you don't do all these things. Same with relationships. So, I'm learning because I never lived with anybody before besides like a partner. So this is new, having like a roommate. So I'm trying to get used to it. And especially being my sister and I already like give you a good setup. So I'm just like, you have to do something to put your
In
weight
my
in.
mind, my setup is my little space in my room. But yeah, sure.
You
I'll
also have
put-
your own bathroom, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, start off Thursday, and if you're watching, she coined him as Sugar Brother.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to see it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kamaka.
Well, as long as you don't make a mess. I'm like super OCD on cleaning. Like, I don't like messy things like spit. Like, you have crumbs on the table. You have like a water stain
I'm
on
really good at cleaning up.
No, I'm
now
saying
that
in general. I get on
know,
fate too. Like, you bring sand in the house. There's like a speck of I'm
that
like
actually
constantly
wasn't me.
vacuuming and stuff. I'm just really OCD with that stuff because I just don't like.
Yeah, and it's spooky. I did not know. Now I know. I learned the hard way, unfortunately, when I was working and Kamaka's blowing up my phone. But anyway, that's a story for another time.
Yeah. Okay. But other than that, it's cool. We can watch movies and stuff together.
Yeah, again, I'm like the family court jester. I'm here for the vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Next question comes from Jaina Bear. She says, advice for people who want to get into modeling. And I'm actually going to do something that I usually don't do. I'm going to take a shishi break, but you can just answer this question while I'm gone.
Okay.
So we don't have to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question is advice for people who want to get into modeling. And then if you finish that by the time, if you're done by the time I'm doing my shishi, the next one is advice for people who want to make an impact in Hawaii. All right, so advice for people who want to get into modeling.
Okay, hi you guys. Now that Kamaka's gone, finally we can talk one-on-one. Okay, hi Jaina. I think this is Jaina, my classmate from high school. Advice for people who want to get into modeling. I always feel a little bit guilty that I can't give a great answer to this question because I do get this question kind of frequently. I got really lucky, for being honest. I got signed when I was 15. So this actually makes my 10-year modeling. Woohoo. But I ended up getting scouted when I was 16. So my modeling career is kind of taken off without me necessarily needing to do a whole lot. Not to say that it was, I didn't put in any work, because I did. But I just got really lucky. I had a really fortunate experience when it came to that. But I will say, like, now that I'm 25 and I see these younger girls modeling, I would say, like, if you want to get into modeling, have pictures. Definitely start creating a portfolio, a diverse portfolio if you can. In the beginning, I had to pay people to take pictures for me. And that's just an investment that you have to make in yourself. Not necessarily that you need to spend money. I don't think you should be spending hundreds, thousands of dollars to be taking photos. I think a huge part of modeling is who you know and who you can network with. So create relationships with people. Like, modeling is a very social job. I think no one really talks about that. It's not just about taking pictures and what you wear and what you do. It's about who you know and who you get to know. And I've been really fortunate that some of my best friends were just already photographers that wanted to build their portfolios too. So that was a really good way for me to kickstart my portfolio. When castings come, that's another thing, like, I guess being open to opportunities. You can't really be as picky as you want in the beginning necessarily. If you are lucky enough to have a whole lot of options, that's cool. But I think a lot of girls shoot themselves in the foot in the beginning of their careers because they think, well, I don't want to just do this, or I don't want to just be a bikini model. I don't want to just do this modeling. You kind of have to do what pays, Not saying you should take every job that comes. Like, you should have some standard for yourself, but,
Kalea Hop Water is a sparkling, hop-infused beverage with bright, tropical flavors and the refreshing essence of island life, with 0 alcohol, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. Kalea brings aloha in every bubble.
All right, we're back from a quick shishi break. Mahalo to Kolea Sparkling Hop Water for providing the best quality shishi for me and my ohana today. Okay, yeah, what were you saying before you cut yourself off?
Yeah, before I cut myself off, sorry. Yeah. I think that was just a long-winded answer to a very simple, just put in the work and Sometimes you get really lucky, and sometimes you have to work a little bit harder, and that's okay. Now we live in an era of social media where you can really market yourself, and that's a really good way to start a modeling career. I hope that answered your question. If not, just DM me.
Yeah. All right. And she also says advice for people who want to make an impact in Hawaii.
How about you say that?
I would say find something that you're passionate about and something that you actually care about and focus on that. So if you love education, teach something, If you love the land, get into Aina work, If you love social media, then, find a niche that you can promote on social media. Or if you're good at, I don't know, like accounting even, work with a local business. There's so many ways that you can make an impact in Hawaii, and it doesn't have to be the ways that you think. You don't have to be a superstar musician or athlete or whatever. You can be a normal person, because we need people in our ecosystem to do the small things. Like, we wouldn't have all of this without electricians, plumbers, management, the boring people in offices, or sorry, not boring people, but people doing
The
boring
mundane
work
jobs.
Yeah, in offices. Like,
What we consider.
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe you love crunching numbers, maybe you love sending emails,
Which is, thank God people love to crunch numbers.
Yeah, because I don't.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what 9 plus 7 is right now.
1614.
I don't know what that was, you guys. But yeah, I think big misconception about making an impact is that you need to be like on the news, or you need to have a big platform. You can make an impact literally just being a good person. For me, like on the plane, I like to make an impact on people's travel days by just cracking a joke with them, because traveling can be really stressful. So any way you can inspire someone or make their day better is an impact.
Yeah.
And just start small.
And it doesn't have to be something that's on social media. Nobody needs to know about it,
Yeah.
When I'm out and I see, Opala just trash on the ground, I just pick it up and throw it away.
Boom, aloha aina.
Yeah, exactly. Boom, aloha aina. And you don't got to post about it, but if you really care about Hawaii, you do these things and you're not looking for any, credit or acknowledgement. You're just doing it because you actually care, And like, that's one of my thing is if I see trash on the ground, I pick it up. And that's how I make an impact in Hawaii, besides the thing that everybody else sees, on social media. So if you can find something like that to do, to make an impact, or, even supporting businesses, and not even monetarily, just like shouting them out, liking their stuff, following them, all that makes a huge impact.
Liking and saving your influencer friends' posts does a lot for them, gets them paid. It's literally pressing a button.
I saw the best post yesterday. It was like, friend, oh, sorry, that's too expensive. And it said, stranger, payment sent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's so true.
Actually, I don't get it.
so when we're like selling things on, say I start a business and I have like merch or something, and then I say, okay, I'm selling these shirts for like $50. And, your friend's like, oh, that's too expensive. Or like, can I get a discount? Give it to me for free. But the random follower, random strangers are like, oh, give me $2. They're just like, payment sent, like, oh, I just Venmoed you for it. And it was just so funny because that literally happened to me when I did my podcast merch, which you guys can go, if you're in Hilo, pick it up tomorrow at Hilo, Punahele Fish, April 25th from 12 p.m. to 4. He literally said like, oh, that's like too expensive for me. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, what do you spend for a shirt? He's like, $20. I'm like, well, you can go to Costco.
I think there's a lot more nuance to that though, because like, I'm not buying a shirt from you. I'm your sister, but
yeah.
I don't necessarily hold my friends to that standard, because they're my friends for other reasons, right? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't care if my friends buy it or family
but
or whatever.
But just in general. Like,
yeah. But that's just what he said. I didn't like say anything. He just commented that.
Yeah.
And then, I have like strangers being like, oh, sent you the Venmo, so that's just an interesting thing that happens.
Yeah. And I will say, like, all of my loyal story likers, I see you and I love you. Thank you.
All of my gay fans, I literally have the best gay fans. Like, I'm not even joking when I say
Leslie
that.
Nope.
It's like literally my DMs. Like, I can show you right now, it's always the gay guys. Like, Fate got nothing to worry about. Like, no girls ever hitting on me. It's all the gay guys, like, always firing my, stories and, like, saying, even I was on this Instagram live and some, guy was like, hottest with a fire emoji, so it's like, yeah.
I will say we love the gays in this family. That's why we love Kamaka. Oh,
I mean,
wait.
Can we cut that out? All right. Next question comes from Kai_Rose_808. This person says, would you guys ever go on a reality show together? Like maybe Amazing Race?
We've talked about this.
I would not go on an Amazing Race with you. Okay. Another show for sure.
Yeah.
Not Amazing Race.
I don't know if I could do Amazing Race. I don't know if you're
athletic enough.
I mean, when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. But again, I would train for it if that were the case.
I don't know, like a
the thing
Big
is,
Brother.
I can really compartmentalize when it comes to competition because I love to win.
Trivia maybe.
Trivia I'm really good at.
Creative game, not like a physical. I don't think
physical. I don't know. In Amazing Race, they jump out of things, and I'm really afraid of heights. I think being a tall is like God's silly little joke because even when I wear heels, sometimes this is 1,000% serious. I get nervous. I'm like, I'm really high off the ground right now.
Well, you'd be good at direction. We were talking right before this, like you could have a superpower. Kanoe said, "Oh, I would be good at directions."
No, I want to say this. I want to say this on the podcast because I'm Polynesian, right? And I don't know if you've ever heard of the concept of epigenetics, but it's basically like evolutionary genetics. So, for example, like there's a region in Ireland. I guess the women are, or this certain group of people in Ireland are heavy set people. And this has to do with the Great Potato Famine. So their bodies had to adapt to certain things. Like for Polynesians, like we were on the boat a lot of the times, like navigating from the ocean. So our bodies learn to store more fat and store, I don't know, basically just preserve energy, things like that. But I think that Polynesians also have really good sense of direction because we had to learn to navigate the seas in the dark with the stars, which is a crazy concept. Really think about it, you guys. Have you ever gone into the pitch black ocean at night and say, okay, this is where we're going to go? I think that's insane. And I think that's the biggest superpower that us Polynesians have. Aside from that, yeah, I'm really good at directions. Like I could go to a place once and remember it for the rest of my life. You could blindfold me, take me around Hilo town, and I'll know exactly where we are. And I'll just leave it at that.
I would think I'm pretty good at directions too. My directions and sense of time got really good in Madagascar because, we didn't always have like internet to connect to things and like, just you'd get used to what time it was because when the sun goes up, sun rises, that's kind of how they live their life. So you're not always looking at a phone or watch. So yeah, but I would always go teleportation for superpower.
I forget what the question was.
What was the question? Oh, reality show together.
Oh, like how did we get here? I have no idea.
I don't know, but yeah, superpower, teleportation for sure.
I wish I could have that power.
Because imagine you get home from a long flight and you can just teleport home into your bed.
For me, I hate sleeping over places because I hate not having my things. Yeah. So if I could just not even pack a bag and go back and forth,
just that would be awesome. Teleport, brush your teeth, go back.
Yep. Or cool. Just like learning all the languages I can, being able to communicate with anyone around the world.
Yeah, that's called Google Translate.
It's different though.
All right, next question comes from Sophie May 14. She says, "Aloha, has anyone in your family performed at Merry Monarch? If so, who?"
Oh my gosh.
No, the short answer is no. Our sister-in-law, Lei, her mom was Miss Aloha.
My grandma, Mima girl, if you're watching this, Ilima, I love you. She was in the Merry Monarch stage. Okay,
but what I was going to say is Merry Monarch, what is 2025? Merry Monarch 2038. Nakani Maluhia
Ikahakai DS.
Yeah. She gonna be up on that stage and she gonna win the whole thing. Yeah. From Kahala or Kaua Kanoelehua.
No, it's different. Kapua.
I'm just saying that because Hilo Kaua Kanoelehua.
Well, now she's in a different halau, but Nakani Maluhia Ikahakai DS. hailing from Kanoelehua Robinson, directed by Casey Kaleohano and Brandy Barrett. That's going to be her.
That's going to be her. So our niece, you know, she comes from a hula lineage.
Yes.
So we are
Kaula
hoping
Kamahele is her
she
grandma.
is going to compete in 1 year. She's 4 years old right now. So
yeah,
in
I'm already
13
so
years,
proud
she'll be
of her.
17. Yes, maybe. I think you can compete at 17, yeah.
I don't
18
actually
maybe?
know. I'm not too sure.
Let's just say 2040 to be safe.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for her in 2040.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at
Remember
in life.
this.
Yeah. Okay. Next question comes from our good friend, my smash buddy, Nainoa Langer. He says, "Who's better at boomerang foo?" Me.
I'm horrible at that game.
Yeah, I'm good at video games.
And what I do I'm like okay at video games. I don't know. I'm not good at that one. I'm really great at Mario Kart. I was really, really good at Call of Duty Mobile when I used to play that game.
I think she's good at Mario Party.
I'm not.
She won. It was the worst Mario Party game of
I
all
had an
time.
undefeated streak still.
We played me, Kanoe. Was it Faith and Ku?
Yeah, and
Was Faith was
Mayu.
there? And Mayu?
Mayu.
Ku wasn't there.
No, yeah.
It was just me, you, Faith, Mayu.
The first time was Miyu, Ku, and Mayu.
But the one that
me,
Kanoe
Ku,
won,
and Faith.
she won 0 mini games. She got, I think you bought 1 star maybe.
I got
And she got 2 stars given to her when you do the little switchy thing when you land on top. She got 2 stars given to her. She got a bonus star when you just get one of those blocks. And she basically did nothing the whole game and was on her phone. And then she ended up getting a bonus star. She basically won doing nothing, guys.
Exactly. That's why I'm so good at it. I don't gotta try. I just win.
And then
the same thing happened the next time we played.
No. The next place was at that the island stuff, and you lost. You got last place.
Okay, I lost
one.
one.
Because you actually had to put strategy.
But I won twice in a row by literally DJing the whole night. So
yeah.
If that isn't skill, I don't know, you guys.
We're a video game family, but not the kind Fortnite stream. We play together, group games.
Yeah, we like
Super
to play
Smash
games.
Bros. What is it?
Oh,
Jackbox.
I'm really good at Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I like playing with Kanoe because I use Violet and she uses Incineroar, and she just keeps flying down on people, and I just shoot people with arrows.
I use the same 4 buttons, and I consistently win.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's fun for me as long as I can just shoot my little guy up and down.
Yeah. I just had a Super Smash Bros. Tournament with the High Water Boys, and I lost. So they're going to be coming on the podcast soon. It's a really good battle. You guys got to look out for that vlog.
I'll smoke all the water boys with my Incineroar. Jordan, I know you hear that back there.
Nai says, how does Kanoe put up with Kamaka?
Guys, thank you, Nainoa, for asking that question. It's a really, really thoughtful thing to ask. It's really hard. It's really hard out here. Each day, I just count my blessings that I have the mental strength and ability to deal with someone like Kamaka, who gives me a place to stay, found me a parking spot.
Paid for your dinner last night.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kamaka can be really annoying, but he's honestly a chill guy. When he's not being annoying. I don't know. He's just my brother.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to be annoying to Kanoe. I have to be. As an older brother, it's my kuleana, to, get up in her business, make fun of her, give her a hard time and stuff. If I could choose, I wouldn't. If I really had the choice, I wouldn't. But as her older brother, I have to. I can't help it.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for it, because I have to do the same thing. You'll never see me showing affection to my siblings out of necessity.
This is how we show affection.
This is survival, you guys.
Yeah, this is affection.
My finger's bigger than yours, and I have
because you have a long nail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next question comes from Chanel XOTWOD. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But she says, Redondo's hot dogs or Frankfurt's hot dog? Love the pod.
Oh. Redondo's.
Gotta go Redondo's, yeah. I think that's the one we know.
I didn't know that hot dogs aren't red anywhere not in Hawaii.
Dye.
Huh?
It's the dye.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't know that. Because when our family that was visiting from Seattle came in, they're like, why are your hot dogs red? I said, what do you mean?
Because Redondo.
What do you mean your hot dogs aren't red? Are you guys eating the right kind of hot dog? The answer is no, because the answer is Redondo's.
Yeah.
So mahalo Redondos for giving us red hot dogs.
Well, you can't spell Redondos without red.
Oh, wow. That was, yeah.
Not an ad.
an
Really not
epiphany.
an ad. The other things we do are ads, but that one really
Yeah.
was not an ad.
Unless Redondos, if you want that. I'm just kidding.
I don't really know if I want hot dogs.
Well, I love hot dogs. What you mean?
I don't know. I haven't really been a hot dog guy. I just like, it's kind of mystery meat, right?
Okay,
Like,
well, you can sponsor me, Redondos.
yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
sponsor it. I don't know. I just
love
feel like,
hot-
I want to be healthier, and I don't really know what hot dogs are made of. They're just like a bunch of mush, right?
That doesn't matter.
Mm.
You're going to die anyway.
I love hot dogs. Once in a while, like hot dog ketchup and whatever, like solid. But yeah, it's not a big hot dog guys these days. All
I
right.
don't like the glizzies, but the glizzies like him, apparently. Check his DMs.
It is what it is. Yeah. Okay. Next one comes from Lady Vehi, a past podcast guest, Kanoe Kamaka. She says, how did Kamaka's BBL turn out?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw pictures, but it didn't come out that great. So, he had to go in for a revision. Unfortunately, he's just wasting a lot of money. I guess just having a body like Kamaka, he can't support a BBL. He just doesn't have that dog in him. He's not about that life, unfortunately. So the BBL just doesn't look great. It's kind of a botched job. So keep him in your prayers, you guys.
That's cap. Okay, next question and last question comes from Faith Rogers.
Oh,
Actually,
hey,
Faith
girl.
Rogers. It's 2 A's. So saving the best for last. She says, what's your favorite part about being siblings?
I think having like a built-in friend, they say like built-in besties. Like I love having a lot of siblings. The best part of being siblings is that you're never alone in the world. And my dad always told us that growing up. If anyone ever leaves you, you'll always have your siblings. And so it's always important to maintain your relationship with your siblings. If you scrap, you got to make up. Ho'oponopono. I think having siblings also teaches you a lot about how to maintain relationships outside of your family. So how to make things work with your friends, people you don't agree with. Yeah, that's the best part is, I guess, the empathy that comes with having a sibling.
Yeah, I think the best part of siblings is you scrap it out. You yell at each other.
And you say, "What's for dinner?"
Anything, and you're like, "Oh wait, are you going upstairs? Oh yeah, can you get me something to drink?" Or you're like, "Oh, can you also make me the Ritz with the cheese on top in the microwave?"
I'll time you.
Yeah, like, "Oh, can I have some of your pizza bites?" And then it's just like totally fine after.
Yeah, that's like a really important lesson is that you can scrap and then just be okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys in Hawaii do this. You just hash it out and then you guys are best friends.
That's siblings right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you're so annoying, but I love you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the probably best part about being siblings. And also just like having, especially with what I do, I'm always asking people like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think of this design? What do you think about this idea? And you can, just go to them as quickly as, anybody. So I think that's really cool to have. Mm-hmm. And then last one from Faith Rogers. The question of the podcast.
Oh no, what is it?
Faith says, who is the better model? And before you answer, Ozzy, Jordan, whoever's editing this, put my birthday pics of Kanoe up on here and let the crowd decide for themselves. A couple birthdays ago, I did the best photo shoot of my life. I recreated Kanoe's pictures, posted it for her birthday, and she still doesn't appreciate it till this day.
Because
Because she doesn't repost it every day. She doesn't thank me every day. She doesn't tell her friends about it every single day. So she's obviously ungrateful. I did the best photo shoot ever. I put in all the work. Shout out to Lala for shooting me. I did side-by-side pics, and I ate 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I did that wrong, right? 7, 8, 9. Is that how you do that, Zane?
I have no idea
You know
what
what
you're
girls say,
on
like,
about.
oh, you ate 7, 6, or that's what Fate tells me.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, whatever. I thought it was in a TikTok thing.
No, I don't know.
Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. But yes, okay, so the pictures are going to be up here, guys. Tell us who you think wore it best. Obviously, we know the answer. We know who the best model of the family is. I'm not even a professionally signed model, and look what I did. Look what I did. So it is what it is.
Do I even have to answer that question?
No, that's tea.
You know, whatever you guys think. Whoever the best model is, that's your opinion.
Yeah, I may not be up on the walls of Alamoana, but I got a lot of likes and comments on that post, so that's what beat that.
I think people just like to see you in drag.
That's true. I look good.
So yeah, I guess
I look good in a bra. What can I say?
Kamaka's
Bra.
really good at drag, I guess.
That's not the first time I wore women's clothing. What?
This is true.
Yeah.
Kamaka in his free time likes to put on Faith's little heels and walk around the house.
That's not what I was talking about. I would never do that. I'm a locals for life boy.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you guys make local heels,
I might think about that. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I might transition just for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
But yes, okay. Motto of the family, you guys already know. Come on. Mahalo everybody for the social media fan questions. Make sure you leave some for our next guest, and maybe your question will make it on the podcast. We're about an hour or something in. I usually have my normal stuff that I do with the guests, but this isn't a normal episode. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
We could do that sibling tag thing.
Did you prepare that?
Yeah. Have it on
Okay,
the
so
phone.
let's do that and then we'll wrap it up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this episode. I know this isn't a normal guest episode, but I think you guys will have a good time.
Hopefully you guys
get to learn more about me and my dynamic with my ohana. Obviously, I'm different than how I would be in front of my other guests, but that's just because Kanoe
I'm just so funny and so charming and so damn cool that it just really bothers Kamaka that he can't have that, spotlight. So
yeah. Let me know when you make your 15 appearance on the news. So
I'm actually about to make my 16th.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I was brought into this world for one reason, and that's to humble Kamaka. So don't worry about sending him hate, because I'm already sending him enough at home. Let me do it.
I'm a very humble guy, except when it comes to my siblings.
Yeah, I'm like really, really funny and really, really cute and smart and also super humble. I'm like the humblest
I'm just very
person.
humble.
Okay, these questions I have is part of a sibling tag. I don't know if you guys were in the heyday of YouTube around like 2015 to 2017.
Heydays?
This was like, actually I want to say 2013
It's like
to
second generation.
YouTube. This was like the thing, like sibling tags, like I don't know what kind of tags people used to do back then, but
you're showing your age. You're so young.
Gosh, we have Mr. Boomer over here in the chair.
Yeah, TikTok that.
They're just a bunch of questions. Obviously, we did a lot just now, but these are more personal, I guess, sibling questions. So I'll start with the first question. In which area are you and your sibling the complete opposite?
Probably in the ways we are vain. Invest into vanity.
Oh.
Yeah. I spend like zero money on my appearance, besides haircuts, which I only do for the podcast. If I don't have podcasts, I don't cut my hair. Buying clothes and, makeup and all your little appointments you have throughout the week. Like, yeah, I invest zero money into that stuff.
Well, I think too, because you're a boy, but I'll also say that I don't think it's not always, let me rephrase that. It doesn't have to be a superficial thing, because I used to not invest into a lot of these things. But then obviously when I went through a breakup, I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, why not do my lashes and start doing my nails? And I will say, like, after I started investing these little things into myself, I'm so much more confident. When I talk like this. You guys hear me with my nails? I love to wave like this.
Okay, start off first then.
Oh, yeah. Star actually introduced me to my nail boy, Danny. Danny, shout out Danny. I don't know. I mean, vain is like a harsh way to put it, because I still like.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with being vain. It's confidence and like love. But I'm talking just more vanity. Like you
Yeah.
care about your appearance. And obviously I do too, to some extent, right? What? No, I do. Look at what? Look,
Yeah.
I'm making my hair.
Yeah. Great hairline.
Yeah, thank you. Is my hair sticking up or?
Don't worry about it. I was gonna say we're complete opposite in the way we're emotional about things. Kamaka, well, as a boy, can compartmentalize his emotions a lot better than I can. Me, I kind of just crash out whenever it calls
Small
for it.
kind mentee bees here and there.
But then I recover, and I don't crash out on people. You know, I just crash out internally.
Yeah.
Kamaka doesn't really crash out.
Yeah, I'm a robot.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Okay, next one.
Let's see. What are your siblings' weird obsessions?
Siblings. Micah, he loves One Piece. Our older brother, he collects One Piece cards.
Yes, the cards.
He loves the anime. He's been watching it since the start, reading the manga since the start. He's a closeted anime boy. We're revealing him right now. So he's like one of the OG closeted.
We'll
like
just take turns. Then.
Yeah. He doesn't like share that with people. That's his weird
Which is
obsession.
weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, he was collecting
thing.
sports cards and stuff like that, but then he just got like super into One Piece.
Kamaka's weird obsession is probably anime right now. Like, I don't know. I know Kamaka's always really liked like Dragon Ball Z and stuff.
Saturday morning cartoons.
We used to have all of the like VHS tapes that would make the picture of all the Dragon Ball Z seasons or whatever. But I don't know. I would say anime right now because our house is full of just little anime trinkets from Japan. Every time Faith goes to Japan or something. Well, both of them love anime. I like anime too. Don't get me wrong. But it's funny. You just see like a little Itadori or like, I don't know.
I got my All Might on top of my stuff. I have a Dragon Ball Z Sun Shield, whatever, for my truck. Yeah, but Fate brought out the Weeb in me, which I love because we can watch anime, we can play video games together. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I don't think you know what Lay's
weird obsession?
Yeah, I do.
Lay's weird obsession is probably
it's whatever I'm obsessed with at the time.
Being the quietest but most scariest sibling of all of us.
That's true. Lay, it's so funny. Like when we compare all of our siblings, Lay is the most normal somehow. Like if I could
she doesn't do anything weird.
Yeah, she's either 0 or 100. Like she's chill or she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Yeah. I would not fight my sister.
Yeah.
Growing up, like,
she's a Hilo girl.
You know, usually you like get into scraps with your siblings. I always knew I was losing against.
If you try to yell at her, she'll yell louder. She'll be like, "Oh yeah,
and that's why
this."
You can't win. Yeah. You can't win in an argument with her, unfortunately. But yeah, her weird obsession, I guess, is right now Wicked, or I don't know. Honestly,
I thought that was her kid's weird obsession.
Yeah, but it's like whatever. It's like me and her see eye to eye on like a lot of things. We're both very chronically online. She loves reality TV. She loves like Vanderpump. She loves
The Challenge.
Oh, The Challenge. I don't know, any kind of reality TV, trash reality TV especially. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Cool? Cool just likes.
Cool's like the hipster of our family. He's like he's likes Gen Z.
Yeah, he's likes a lot of the cool
stuff. He's weird. Stuff. But Cool's awesome. He's a great kid. But like his style is different than all of us.
Eclectic.
His like
Cool really likes anything that has to do with like Hawaiian culture right now. Yeah. He works at Native Books.
Go visit him.
Wait, should I say that? Should I like
go? Yeah, go.
Don't jump my brother, please.
Oh no, yeah, people can go and buy books. You love that.
Yeah, go buy books.
And then go to Dave's Ice Cream and get ice cream from him.
Oh yeah, he works.
Dave's Ice Cream.
Is this a privacy thing? Is that a safety thing? Nah,
no,
he's 6'2".
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah, we're giving him new clientele.
Yeah, business. Cool likes music.
He loves music. Yeah,
it's like irritating.
Like he knows all this stuff about all music albums, Chance the Rapper, or Kendrick.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
he always has his headphones in.
Oh
like,
my god, that was the most
it's
annoying
so
thing growing
irritating.
up. Every time we go on family trips, we drive to Kona.
Cool.
He'd have his headphones in while we're all like listening to music, vibing, and he'd just have his headphones in. We're like, cool, really be irritating. A part of the family. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's better at it now. But that was really irritating growing
Forgot
up.
about that, yeah. He also didn't grow up with like older brothers because we were out of the house.
That's true. Which is even worse. He grew up with 2 bratty older sisters.
And they bullied him.
We were trying to toughen it up. Now I guess it's childhood trauma. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, whatever floats your boat. Whatever gets you that scholarship, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ku's the nicest. out of all of
No,
us.
we
He's
love
so sweet.
we love our brother.
He does stuff, and like you ask him to do something, he'll do it.
Oh, I'll tell this really sweet story. Our little brother used to work at Meals in Hilo restaurant, and there was a woman who was there. She was dressed very nicely, and she was sitting at a table by herself. I might tell the story a little bit wrong, but for the most part, it's true. And so he asked her, "Oh, what is the occasion?" And she said, "Well, it's my husband's birthday, and he passed away last year." And so he talked story with her for a little bit, left, took care of her. And by the end of the meal, he had paid for her. And that's just kind of the person that Ku is. He's very Mr. Aloha. He loves people, just like my dad. But he'll always take the extra mile to make people know that they're loved, which I think is a really good quality for Ku to have.
Yeah, he's a lover. He's a big lover.
A lover boy.
Big huggable lover. Okay, cool. Next question.
Next question. I lost it.
Oh wait, do we do your weird
Oh,
obsession?
no, you didn't.
yeah.
You didn't. Tell me what mine is.
Nails and lashes and hairs. I
Oh my God, he's such a
swear-
boy.
I swear, every time Kanoe gets back from a trip, without missing it, she's like, I gotta go to my nail
Okay,
appointment.
it's
I gotta go to my lashes.
It's like every 2
And
weeks, right?
I
I'm
swear
gone
this
for like a
is-
week straight.
No, this is like every single day there's something.
That's
And then
because
I don't get, you do, like girls do their hair and it takes like 8 hours.
that was one time.
That's crazy.
That was one time, and I was dyeing my hair.
I'm
Okay,
like, what do you even do for 8 hours?
you
Like,
treat
sitting
your
there.
hair, bleach.
That's crazy. I don't understand that.
That's fine. You don't have to understand it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pay for Faith if she wants to do it, but I'm just.
That's not my weird obsession.
That's what I think.
My weird obsession. What is my weird obsession?
Karaoke.
It's not. That's not a weird obsession. That's a very natural
You
obsession.
bring your mic with you wherever you go.
Duh, it's fun. What do you mean you don't travel with
I
your
don't bring my
karaoke mic?
nunchucks with me, and I like nunchucks.
Well, that's a weapon. Karaoke is for fun. I'm bringing the vibes to whatever function I'm in. You know?
She literally has a portable karaoke mic.
Guys, everything is so much better and so much more fun when you bring a karaoke mic with you. Suddenly, it's a concert. Suddenly, you can just talk and announce to everyone who you are, where you at. It's just fun. I do love karaoke, though.
Jordan, how do you feel about Kanoe's karaoke mic and her singing?
Jordan said Kanoe
Jordan
is probably one of the best singers that I've ever had.
From the drawer, you know.
I'm actually going to be opening for Hiawatha this upcoming Thursday at
This
Nanimau
episode
Gardens.
comes out on Thursday.
So tonight
Yeah.
at Nanimau Gardens, Hiawatha will be playing, and I will be opening for both Hiawatha and Kapena. Thank you guys for your support.
Jordan, don't forget about those VIP tickets that she asked you for.
Whoa. Calm down.
The Hiawatha boys better come by our house to smash.
Yeah, these boys really love to smash at home.
With the bros.
They love to talk about smashing each other.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Okay. What else? That's the next question.
What's your sibling's biggest talent? That's a weird.
Well, we
phrase.
just did a class talk, you and I, at Sacred Hearts, and I was impressed with your public speaking. So I think with being a flight attendant and modeling and whatever, you even did pageant one time. I thought like you're great. It surprised me. I was like, wow, you're really good with people.
Oh, thanks.
And you shared your story really well.
Thanks.
So if you do run for Miss Hawaii, you better win.
I mean, I don't want to enter to lose.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
Kanoe's fun. She's like probably the most fun in our family. I don't consider myself a fun guy. I'm not a mushroom.
Stupid.
Um,
Boo. Boo.
I would like even with my friends. Like I was just in Hilo the other week, and like my best friends, we were all over there, and like I was getting tired. And I just wanted to go upstairs and be just not do anything. And Kevin was also up there, and Kevin's like our most fun friend in our friend group.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kevin, if you're gone, people are gonna know that you're missing. If I'm gone, nobody's gonna notice, and they're not gonna care, which is I'm fine with. But we both ended up going down, and yeah, I'm just like a very chill guy. Like, I don't really feel like I'm like adding any like. Not that I'm not adding value, but like I don't need to be at a party. I don't need to be at a concert. You're not at the concert. You're like, oh, I wish Kamaka was here. You know.
I hope people say that about me though.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Kanoe's
that's
a lot
what
of
I'm
fun.
saying is like Kanoe is actually fun. She'll get on the karaoke mic, she will dance. Like I'm just sitting down, just vibing. Like I'm not like a party person.
Kamaka's
Yeah.
a really good DD.
I'm just I'll drive you. I'm just like, let me know when you pow. I'll drive. I'm just a patient guy. I'll sit down and.
Kamaka's biggest talent is that he's patient.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very patient. Yeah, but yeah, Kanoe's. I would say she's fun.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What is your favorite thing about your sibling?
Favorite thing. I'll try to be serious.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that how do I give you like a compliment out? You're following my footsteps and you're living in my shadow, but the shadow is really good. It's a good shadow to live in.
Okay. I'll take it.
No, Kanoe does her own thing and she has her own successes, and I'm proud of her for like pursuing this modeling career and flight attendant. So she's like successful in her field, and I would love to work with her more if she'd actually like put in time to work with me. I'd hire her and actually pay her money.
I'm too busy doing my hair and my lashes and my nails.
Because Kanoe is talented. She has a creative mind. Like if I need some sort of like creative advice, I'd go to Kanoe first. So that's my favorite thing.
My favorite thing about Kamaka is that he's very stable and solid. And I think because I'm such a, what's the word?
ADHD, ADD.
Well, I do have ADHD, but that's also my superpower. I'm kind of everywhere, and what is that movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once is like my life story. Kamaka's just a really solid person to have amongst all of that. And I'm really happy that I've always had a brother who took care of me. So Kamaka, like aside from whatever our relationship is, like we've always had a good relationship. Kamaka has always been a really good big brother. So thanks.
Yeah.
And also I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, F you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I have kind of like a side, because we kind of talked about it earlier, but how would you describe the rest of our siblings? So we kind of described Lei.
Oh my gosh. What is the best? Micah is the best description.
Okay.
What is it?
Aggressively helpful.
Aggressively helpful. Jordan knows this.
Okay. Let me just give a story about my brother Micah. So one year for Christmas, I said, we should get our parents a water cooler, like one of those water dispensers, because in our house in Hilo, our kitchen is upstairs, and they're getting older, so they don't like to go up and down the stairs a lot, and they don't drink water, which is terrible. So I said, how do we all invest in getting them just like a plain water cooler? We can figure out the water service after. And Micah says, how about we get them a Kangen machine? For those who don't know, a Kangen machine is like this fancy ionizing water machine that costs like $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. So we went from going to get them a water cooler, which is $100 from Home Depot, to a $5,000 water machine. And then I said, Micah, that's too expensive. And also that defeats the purpose, because they would still have to go upstairs because it has to be attached to a sink. And he says, okay, how about we build them a sink downstairs? And I said, Micah, we're not building them a sink. And also, you don't know how to build a sink. He said, I'll look it up on YouTube. Okay, I said, no, we're just going to get the water cooler. And then he says, how about we work on the demo for the kitchen? So we went from buying them a water cooler to working on demolition for the renovation for the kitchen upstairs. And that's the kind of guy Micah is.
Yeah. And like even with Jordan in the studio, he's like, oh, what? You got to do this? Oh, yeah, let me do it for you. I can just put in the curtains. Don't need to hire anybody. And then Jordan tells me, oh, I didn't know Micah doesn't know how to do that. He sounded like he knows how to do that.
He just has so
And
much
he's always like, come on,
confidence.
just tell me whatever to do. I can do it. Yeah, he just.
I'll go back to school for it.
Yeah. He's just.
Aggressively helpful.
Yeah, like, oh, I can do it. Like, oh, yeah, no need to pay anybody. Like, oh, I can fix your car.
Which
Yeah.
is like chaotic good. Like, thank you for
it's
being
helpful, but-
so dedicated to helping. But it's okay.
Yeah, like, we're
it's
good.
okay,
Like,
Micah.
yeah.
It's okay not to take the extra 10 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a great thing about him is that he is aggressively helpful.
yeah.
How many people can you say that?
Yeah,
That you know?
Being helpful at all is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Micah, and then there's me. Yeah, I'm
How would I
probably just like
describe
the
you?
golden child, I guess.
That's
probably the
not
easiest way.
typically the words I would
Yeah,
use.
the athlete. You know,
I will say Kamaka is a man of many talents. Anything Kamaka sets his mind on, it will get done. He's an Aries, for those who, I don't know, like astrology.
Gemini moon,
You
Virgo
can't-
rising.
Okay, exactly. If you guys know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know if you know what that means.
Yeah. If you know, you
Anyway,
know.
Kamaka is very, very persistent. What did I used to tell people about this? Yeah, Kamaka is just the most persistent person that I've ever met in my life. And you can't tell him, if he sets his mind to something, you can't convince him not to do it. For example, the podcast. Paying off $53,000 of student debt in a year, which I probably would have given up in the first 2 weeks. Honestly, in the first week, if we're being honest, that sounds like a lot of work. And just seeing him go through that, I'm just going through that process of writing down every single thing that he did. He has this planner of like all the jobs he did, how much money he earned. He'd have to post about it every day, make videos about it every day. That's just a lot. But nothing is like too much for Kamaka somehow. Kamaka's really good at just anything that he does, which is so irritating. I think everyone kind of has that person in their life. Like, he's good at sports. He's like good at video games, I guess. He's not better than me, but whatever. And like now he's a podcast host. WTF? Like, where did that come from? What the hell?
Yeah,
What the helly?
What the?
Yeah.
What the hell you are?
Okay. I mean, that's pretty much.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I would say I'm not the most talented. I just will work harder than a lot of people and like not stop.
Kamaka has no, oh my God. Speaking of just like raw dogging like talents, I don't know. Kamaka ran the marathon without training, without music. Let that
Stay hard.
Let
Psycho mode.
that was
Just me and
literally
my
psycho
thoughts.
mode. Like, I think something's in his brain is like different from other people, because how do you raw dog a marathon? That is crazy.
And you just all the hater comments in my head. David Goggins in my head. Anime theme songs.
And what was your finish time?
4 hours 10 seconds.
You know, when I was in middle school and we'd have to run for Kamehameha PE, I think my 1.5 mile was like 20 minutes. I would just walk that thing. That goes to show my level of discipline compared to Kamaka's. I didn't give a F about that grade. I said, I'm not going to run.
I love sports. I wish I was healthy to play them, but I just watch a lot these days. But I will soon be back. Le'Ali'i, our sister, is probably...
That she doesn't get stressed. She's just like...
She's very calm these days, but it's like scary calm. Because she used to be...
Scary calm.
Scared. She used to just like yell. Like, all I remember in childhood is her Korean. Like, there were people with Korean anger in our family is Micah and Lei.
Oh. Yeah. That's fair.
Like, I can just hear Lei's voice yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about my sister is that she'll just do it. Like,
Yeah. It's like, she'll just like, I want a Starbucks. I'm just going to go. Like, she'll just go and do it.
actually, well, not in that way. I don't know how
But
to
that's
explain
also all
it.
she is.
She's dependable and like, I don't know. I think she's a really great mother.
She's not lazy. Like,
she can be really lazy.
But like, she gets stuff done.
Yeah, I don't know how. It's like hard to describe. Like, she has really. Oh, I'll say she has really amazing work ethic. Lei has probably one of the best work ethics that I've ever seen in a person. Like, even for things that I've been telling her you should not be investing that much time and energy in, she'll do it because that's part of her kuleana. Like, she'll always fulfill her kuleana.
Yeah. And she doesn't like complain.
Yeah.
At
She
least-
doesn't. I
she just-
mean,
Well, at least I don't live with her, so I
yeah.
don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the thing is, Lei will handle that, period.
Yeah. I guess I saw Lei more as a child. I don't seen her less as an adult because we live in different places.
Yeah. Well, she's my bestie.
Yeah. Literally my text with Lei is like, we never talk. And it's just like, did you watch the challenge? Yep. Did you like it? Yep. Okay.
That's actually one of my favorite things about my sister is that we'll scrap and like hate each other. Well, she'll never hate me, but sometimes I get irritated with her. And then we'll just go on. That's just like any sibling relationship.
Yeah.
But specifically sisters do this. Like
Yeah.
tear each other apart for stealing a shirt and then be like, what are you going to do today?
Yeah.
What are we going to do later?
Yeah, yeah. But she's a good. I remember growing up singing like High School Musical, watching High School Musical together and all
We're a
that.
High School Musical family.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then Kanoe. Wait, how do describe?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we kind of already said it. Like fun. Like you want the attention.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't mind being the star or singing and dancing and being silly and trying to be funny, stuff like that. So like I guess the best way to describe her, she's the TikToker of the family.
Oh my gosh, you could do better than that.
What the TikToker did that this describes everything that I just said. A TikToker.
I'll say like because I grew up so unsure of myself, now that I've come into my person as an adult, I'm just going to stay that person. Period.
Yeah, Kanoe is very herself, and I'm proud that she's like that. She doesn't try to like fake it. She's not like them other models that putting up a front. I don't know. I was just saying.
I don't know.
that.
I just can't fake something I'm not into. So
Yeah. And she's Pualani proud.
always mahalo pualani for this opportunity.
Yeah. Mahalo Pawahi.
Mahalo poahi no kei ala.
Amen.
Amene.
Okay, and then cool. Yeah, he's just the lover of the family. Very helpful.
He's just sweet.
but also easiest to bully.
But he's also irritating.
Yeah.
Nah, I love you.
He's just
boo.
so young. He comes from a different generation, so we don't really understand what he does sometimes.
Sometimes he's just too emotional.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I've told him this, and excuse my language, but sometimes I'm like, cool, stop being a puss.
He is the softest of the family because he's had to probably deal with the least hardship of all of us. But I'm sure he has different hardships.
Yeah,
and I
just-
talked
it
to him
looks
about it.
different.
It's just, he goes through his own things that we didn't need to. And then that's a generational thing. People above us, they had to go through different hardships as well. So it's just one of those things where you're like, my generation had it the hardest,
And that's no one's fault.
Yeah.
It's not his fault that he didn't have as much things to deal with, or just different things to deal with. Not saying that he doesn't.
I would
deal
say
with
he
things.
probably cares the most about being culturally, like actively doing.
Which is
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inspiring.
Yeah.
I need to reconnect.
Yeah, mine is like more organically. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
very conscious about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think it's a generational thing too. Like, I mean, me and Ku are only like 3 years apart, but I noticed that people his age are very, very. I'm really proud of this generation because it's cool. It's Leolani. It's like, that demographic of young Hawaiians who are working so hard, working overtime to bring back certain things to the culture, bring up about a renaissance, even just inspiring the younger generations to be unapologetically Hawaiian. That's really important for us to have, and I'm proud of that generation for doing it.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys.
Thank you. And shout out to Leolani. She's so
I'm so
I want
impressed
her
with
to
her.
work. I want to steal her and have her work for me. Yeah. Okay. I think that's everybody.
Yep.
Is that all?
That's pretty much.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I think that's all we got. Is there anything else you want to share?
Let me think.
Let's see. We told about our family history. We went back and forth with games. We protected Lex Breezy, Hilo girl. That was unplanned.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsors, Lion Coffee, Kolea Hot Water. Buy some merch. Come to Punahele
See us
Fish
in
Jerky
Hilo.
tomorrow. If you're around Mary Monarch, you'll definitely see us. We're there every year. See you at the parade on Saturday.
Oh yes, if I yep,
Or if you get off.
if I get off.
Hopefully you get sick that day, maybe.
Anyway, thanks guys.
All right. Well, mahalo everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I think that's all. I think this is a solid episode. Thank you for tuning. I mean, for sitting in place of me, and I'm in the place of my guest. Maybe you'll see her on another day.
Maybe you'll see me on a flight.
Or flight, yeah, say hi to her on a flight. Ask for some pog juice.
Yeah, I love pog juice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Mahalo everybody for tuning in. Have a great day today.
I hope today's the best day ever.
Yeah. Be kind to one another. Spread
Yes,
aloha. Do all the
spread
things that I say at the
aloha.
end of the podcast. If you really love this podcast, you can leave a review. I really appreciate it. Just a 5-star review does a lot. Just keep sharing our posts. Keep doing all the things that you do. And I'll see you next time. Oh, actually, after this episode, it's Iam Tongi's episode. So get excited for that.
While you're
Filmed at-
sleeping, I try to make you proud. So, Daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Wait, Iam, when did
Wait.
you step into the podcast?
Iam?
That's crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, stay tuned and you can see the full episode.
It's my turn to chase the monsters away.
And on that note, remember to always keep it
Keep
aloha.
it aloha.